Welcome to Moonlight Mythos, a place where stories drift like stardust and sleep begins with wonder. If you're here, it's time to let go of the day. Close your eyes, breathe, and let the story carry you into the night. Imagine a beam of starlight, so ancient it has crossed the universe to reach you. It has traveled in silence, unchanged for countless years. This gentle flicker has a name: atmospheric scintillation, more often called twinkling. It happens because the light bends as it passes through moving air. As you listen, breathe softly and let the thought settle. In the last breath of its journey, just above your head, the light is pulled, bent, and scattered by Earth's restless sky. Tonight we'll follow that path step by step, beginning at the edge of our shimmering veil, the last stage of a star's journey begins not across galaxies, but close to home. Picture a single ray traveling for ages, steady through empty space. It slips through the void untouched, carrying its silent message from the star that sent it. After such patient distance, you might think nothing could alter it now. Yet the real test waits here. In the final stretch through the Earth's thin skin of air, this layer stretches upward for nearly 100 kilometers. Yet most of the twinkling you see comes from much lower down, where the air is thickest and most unsettled. Picture the sky not as still, but alive with motion. Warm air rises, cool air drifts downward, and invisible currents coil into spirals. The whole dome above you moves like a flowing river. Stand beside water and watch ripples shimmer across its surface. The air moves in much the same way, only lighter, hidden, and harder to see. The beam, after all its long journey, stumbles here. Each pocket of air has a different density, Light bends slightly as it crosses, first one way, then another. Scientists call this bending refraction, the change of direction when light moves through layers of different thickness or warmth. To your eyes, the changes are far too fast and fine to follow, but together they form the shimmer you recognize. This is twinkling, not a star flickering at its source, but a steady flame seen through a restless window. The ray remains whole, yet it is nudged again and again, so your sight catches it as trembling. Consider how fragile this feels. A star burns unwavering for centuries, yet the breeze above you is enough to make it appear unsteady. The cosmos does not change it. The quiet layers of our own sky do. And still, beauty lies in that gentle undoing. A reminder that small things can shape perception as much as vast distances. Pause with the image. A beam of ancient fire slipping through Earth's living breath, bending, wavering, as if trying to hold itself whole before entering your gaze. That is why you see not only brightness but motion, trembling points of silver in a quiet sky. Invisible lens fill the night, shaping the final steps of Starlight's journey. This effect, scintillation, is the rapid variation in a star's brightness and position caused by atmospheric turbulence. Though stars shine steadily, the shifting air bends their light and makes them flicker. The air may look empty, but it is layered with warmth and coolness sliding across each other. Pockets of denser or lighter air bend light differently. Each acts like a tiny, uneven lens, warping starlight that passes through. Unlike glass, these lenses are crooked, temporary, and always moving. One moment a beam tilts slightly, the next it bends in another way. to your eyes. This creates motion where there is none. The star itself is steady, but the column of light that enters your gaze never arrives along the same path twice. It jitters and pulses, though its source, a sun burning far away, has not wavered. Picture sunlight dancing on the floor of a swimming pool. Ripples on the water bend, raise into shifting ribbons of brightness and shadow. The sun has not changed, yet the surface makes its light lively. The atmosphere works the same way. Its ripples are layers of heat and chill, bending the stars into sparkle. This bending happens constantly. Air rises and falls in spirals. Winds cross each other. Turbulence stirs and collapses. There is no lasting pattern. Countless rearrangements flicker overhead each second, shaping new lenses for starlight to thread through. Color is touch too. Different wavelengths bend by slightly different amounts. A bright star may briefly flare red, then slip toward blue or white. The flashes are instant, too fast to track, but your eye catches them just enough to sense color sliding across the point of light. It all happens in fractions of a moment. To you, the flicker feels sharp, as though the light is skipping. Your mind turns this into a pulse, as if the star itself could not hold still. But what you watch is only a trick of air, a steady ray pulled off its path by a restless pocket of sky. Picture the heavens filled with these invisible, shifting lenses. They are never crafted, never repeated, gone almost as soon as they form. Yet together they create a moving filter, a veil through which every beam must pass. The shimmer you see is their trace, the atmosphere breathing across the stars. Have you noticed how a bright star can flash red, then blue, before turning white? It feels like a jewel catching light, never staying with one shade. This dance does not happen within the star itself. It begins just above you, in the moving air that bends and scatters light on its final approach. Each color has its own wavelength, bent differently by shifting air, like a prism that changes shape every moment. One instant, red slips aside. The next, blue bends more sharply. For that breath of time, the colors no longer overlap perfectly, and the star flares with one shade before settling back. Hold a prism to sunlight, and you see a rainbow unfold in clean order. The atmosphere does something similar, but with countless tiny prisms forming and dissolving each second. Instead of one tidy ribbon, you see a star flashing hints of red, then blue, then white. Fragments of spectrum rising and fading. The effect is easiest to notice with very bright stars, especially when they hang low near the horizon, where their light passes through more atmosphere. Sirius, the brightest star, often flares crimson, sapphire, and white when seen near the horizon. If you step outside and watch, you may catch this restless shimmer yourself. Ancient watchers saw the same hues and likened them to coals glowing in the heavens. To them, a bright star was a living ember stirred by breeze. Today, we know the air is the cause, yet the image still feels true. The star breathes in color. At first, the play of shades feels random. One blink shows blue, the next shows red. Yet beneath is physics. Light is steady when it leaves the star. Refraction decides how it bends. It is only here, beneath shifting layers, that the shifts arrive as unpredictable. When you notice these flashes, you're watching the spectrum twist in real time. Every color is present in the beam. The atmosphere simply pulls at the edges, letting one shade slip forward, then another. No hue lingers. The currents never stop. So the star is steady far away, but here it seems alive with color, because our sky is never still. It appears as a gem that keeps changing its fire, though it is really the same light woven with shifting lenses, and yet not every bright point takes part. Some lights above you remain calm, untouched by shimmer. If stars can be pulled into this color dance, why do planets hold steady? Look carefully, at the night sky and you'll see the difference. Some lights flicker restlessly, others shine steady. That calm belongs to the planets, and the reason lies in how they appear. Stars are so distant that even telescopes see them as points of light. When turbulence bends that pinpoint, nothing balances it. Planets closer to us appear as tiny disks. Their light spreads across more than one pinpoint, and each part is bent slightly differently. The disturbances bend together, averaging out. The result is a glow that holds steady. Imagine tossing a pebble onto ripples. Every wave rocks it strongly. That is a star, jolted by each current of air. Now imagine a raft on the same ripples. One end may lift while the other dips, but overall the raft glides evenly. That is the planet, its broader disk smoothing out turbulence. Astronomers call this steadiness seeing. Good seeing means the air is calm and stars stay sharp. Poor seeing means the air churns so quickly that even telescopes quiver. For the naked eye, this difference is a guide. If a bright point flickers, it is a star. If it glows steady, it is a planet. Stargazers have used this trick for centuries. There is one small exception. When a planet sits very low near the horizon, its light crosses a deeper slice of atmosphere, magnifying every ripple. In such moments, even planets may shimmer, though never as sharply as stars. Long ago, people noticed this difference without knowing the cause. Stars, flickering like trembling flames, felt alive, perhaps as messengers or spirits. Planets, steady and calm, felt like guardians. The sky seemed divided between restless lights and serene ones. Even now, you can see it clearly. A steady golden glow moving across constellations, maybe Jupiter or Saturn. Nearby, a star of equal brightness quivers with each breath of air. Same sky, same currents. Yet one light shimmers, and the other remains calm. Together, stars and planets give a mixed view. Distant suns tremble, nearby worlds hold steady. The contrast helps you read the heavens. Fire that flickers and fire that steadies. Imagine drifting above Earth. The planet curves below, oceans and clouds turning into silence. Beyond its edge stretches a sky untouched by air, a deep, soundless black. Against it, stars appear sharp, steady without shimmer. From orbit, twinkling vanishes. Outside the atmosphere, no air bends the light, so stars appear fixed. This is why telescopes in space like Hubble produce such crisp images. Every ray reaches the eye exactly as if it left the star unblurred. For the first time, you see how firmly still the stars truly are. Astronauts often remark on this clarity. From a spacecraft window, the sky looks unnervingly rigid, sharp in a way that feels almost strange. We are used to stars that flicker like flames. Without that restless veil, they lose the motion we thought was their own. To some, the stillness is breathtaking. To others, uncanny. On Earth, the sparkle feels natural, almost part of the stars themselves. Yet in truth, twinkling never belonged to them. It is woven at the edge of their journey by our own air. This distinction matters to science as much as wonder. Twinkling blurs telescopic images. From orbit, details stand clear. Galaxies with spiraled arms. Nebulae glowing in fine structure. On Earth, turbulence smears them into softened patches. Astronomers try to correct this with adaptive optics. Sensors detect quick changes in passing light, and mirrors adjust many times each second to cancel distortions. Images grow sharp, as if the telescope were lifted above turbulence. Still, even the best tools cannot erase Twinkle fully. For science, the atmosphere is an intruder. For the eye, a gift. To stargazers without instruments, the sparkle is part of the sky's beauty. A star trembling at the horizon, shifting from blue to red, offers not data but presence. Science seeks stillness. The human heart rests in shimmer. Each vision has its power. Somewhere between orbits, silence, and Earth's restlessness lies your own seeing. You may imagine clarity beyond air, or you may stay with the flicker woven into your sky. Both are true, drawn from the same light. The quiet practice of watching stars begins not in science, but in stillness. Picture yourself lying on your back, night pressing gently around you. A single point of starlight sways with quiet rhythm. Its shimmer is delicate, almost private, as if the sky itself were breathing. Shoulders soften, breath eases. Each flicker becomes not distraction, but reminder. Slow down, pause, and let your mind rest. For centuries, astronomers have worked to erase the shimmer. To them, Twinkle is blur. But for you, with no telescope, it can offer something else entirely. A way to calm. What hinders precision becomes your guide to peace. Watch long enough, and rhythm steadies. Brightness rises and falls. Now and then, a wash of color touches the edge of sight. What first feels random unfolds into a pattern, like waves, never the same, yet always familiar. The rhythm wraps around your breath. When the stars brighten, follow the out-breath. When it softens, follow the in-breath. No need to match exactly. Simply let the flicker join your breathing. Try it with intention. Choose a bright star. Breathe in for 4 counts. Breathe out for 4. Notice how the shimmer shifts as breath flows, not measured, only present. After a few cycles, the weight of the day loosens, leaving softer quiet. Near the horizon, twinkling grows stronger. Colors sharper like sparks. Overhead, air is thinner, and flicker becomes subtle like a whisper. Just by noticing, you join the rhythm. You feel not only the star, but also the air you live within. This noticing is mindfulness. The mind stays with what is there. A blink of red, a flash of white, brightness leaning forward, then relaxing. Thoughts that usually race learn the shape of waiting. Time stretches, not because you hold it, but because you stop asking it to hurry. Thus stars give both science and stillness. Astronomers strive for clarity. For you, shimmer invites ease. One truth lived in two ways. Reflect on this, and watching becomes ritual. Simple, like washing the day from your hands. No tool but your gaze. No demand but a moment that is yours. In that ritual, the star's tremor feels like company to your breath. Light's long journey across space meets the rhythm of your lungs here. So when starlight that left its burning home before your world had shape reaches you now, it does not arrive as perfect line. It breaks in air, and in that break you find stillness. Across ages, its story ends softly, where sky and breath share pause. Remember, the star never faltered. What you watch is part of your own sky, not the star. Stars themselves do not twinkle. Their light is steady, passing through Earth's moving air. Currents bend and scatter into the flicker you see. When you notice shimmer, let it guide your breath. In for 4, out for 4. A quiet way to match body with sky. If this journey brought you ease, linger here again. Subscribe for more moonlight mythos, and share which star caught your eye. Your moment may inspire another.